Today, right now, you have more power at your fingertips than entire generations that came before you. Think about that. That's what technology really is. It's possibility, it's adaptability, it's capability. But in the end, it's only a tool. What's a hammer without a person who swings it? It's not about what technology can do, it's about what you can do with it. You're the voice, and it's the microphone. When you're the artist, it's the paintbrush. We are living in the future we always dreamed of. We have mixed reality that changes how we see the world, and AI empowering us to change the world we see. You have more power at your fingertips than entire generations that came before you. So here's the question: what will you do with it?
That I'd like to share with you. Before I get started though, I would like to, if there are any officials, city officials, honored guests, our awardees, just guests, I'd like to say welcome. Glad you came out, and I hope that you're going to have a wonderful evening tonight. This happens to be the 40th anniversary of the Washington, D.C. chapter of BDPA, and it's been a wonderful and fulfilling 40 years in the making of this wonderful chapter. We were bold enough back in the early days, because Philadelphia is chapter number 1, Washington, D.C. is chapter number 2. When I, myself, and a couple of others, we started the D.C. chapter, at that point we were bold enough to say that we are now national. 2 chapters. Because the vision was we were going to spread BDPA across the country. And we ended up doing just that. When I retired from the Army, I returned to Cleveland, Ohio, which is where my hometown, Cleveland, Ohio. And I started and founded the Cleveland chapter. So they went 1, 2, 3. Meade was number 3. And then as the national president, I served 2 terms as national president. And then I helped start the explosion of chapters across the country, Detroit, Chicago, New Orleans, Atlanta came a little bit later, but New Jersey. So it just really started to take off. So my comments, I hope, are going to be somewhat meaningful. From my introduction to BDPA in 1975 and joining the Philly chapter, I joined Philadelphia in '76. I've always felt that African Americans working in this field of IT had and still have a moral responsibility for sharing the information and skills that we have, not only with our fellows in the field, I'll say it that way, but also within our communities. Because in 1975, most people didn't have a clue about technology. And technology wasn't on the front page of what most people were talking about at that time. So those of us who are working in that field, our responsibility, we felt, was to come to the community and say, hey, this is what's going on. This is where the future is going to be. And if we don't do it, then we would be robbing our community, and that means our youth, of the opportunity to participate in jobs as well as economic opportunities. We were doing the digital divide, or addressing the digital divide, long before it became a buzzword. STEM, science, technology, energy, and math. We were doing that, again, long before STEM was something everybody was talking about. So BDPA has been at the forefront of all of that, but most people don't know it.
Well, my name is Agochukwu. I'm a senior undergraduate at Bowie State University. My project is on open source electronic health reporting systems in Nigeria. I wanted to integrate technology in healthcare, especially in the third world. Been working with Practice Fusion. They're the largest cloud-based EHR we have in the United States.